Hello everyone, welcome to new module access control. Um, so only the 1 week for this module. So it means it is not so hard. So you can, if you are familiar with the Linux access control system mechanism, so it's not so hard. Very easy for the first 5 or 6 challenges. So in the lecture, I will cover some theoretical knowledge for X control, the definitions or types classifications, and the differences. So in terms of some designer, the framework for access control. So what is the important or what is the right way to design the access control? Okay. Okay, let's. I brought one articles from news. So the Jack Teixeira Sierra has alleged Discord leaks why the U.S. should stop showering top secret clearance on 21-year-old keyboard warriors. Have you ever seen these articles? News? No. Maybe this year, last year, maybe. So one soldier from Air Force. So he is a good player in the games. So he has some private Discord server to share the game with colleagues. And he's working in the Air Force, and he's an IT specialist. So he handles some top secret of Pentagon, the defense of DoD, and he like to proud of himself server. He shared some part of the secret and then add some more secret to the server. So eventually one of the member of that private server uh, report these leaks, and eventually the jack he was prisoned. He is now in jail. So like that, the very critical informations, how can we set the access control? So in this case, so he's a 21-year-old. Maybe he's young and he's cool for about his work, his jobs, but yeah, he didn't care of this point to share something to with others. So we need to more uh, design. We need to design the more strictly for this case. How to access control in real world. So sometimes in the theme park, uh, our height, my son's height or weight, sometimes that is maybe a factor to evaluate the access control, the, the allow to enter or not. So do you like a club here? So normally in club, they allow more than 18 years old, right? So they set the hire the security guard, and check the identity, the age of the customers, guests like this. This are also some ages. They is to be ages gonna be the factor the judging the access control. In this case, in military base, yeah, they check the identity, like our driver licenses or secret SSN card. That's not usual, but anyway. So based on a bit that this book, so voice only. Maybe sometimes the gender. That is the factor. The access control, maybe in the restrooms, right, or some the public places. So, in a cyber space, or internet or systems, so how to design the access control? So, in the real world, we already know the concept of the access control, right? So we give some permissions or authorizations. To make to use some resource like the places or the uh, like some other in case of computers like files or the storage spaces. Okay, that's the real world. So nowadays we use a cloud platform um, very frequently, right? Google Docs and Dropbox, they also uh, provide some access control features. So the Google Docs, that you can add some people's emails and you can allow them access these documents, and you can also give some the, the functions to edit, write, or the read only, just to view these documents. Okay, so sometimes you can also set the not allow them copy these documents or propagate to others. So another way, this one is create the link. So if share this link with someone, they can access these documents. So shareable links, actually there is no any uh, the checking the identity, right? Just you can give this, you can share these links with uh, your target people. They can access these documents. So there's no any authentication process. So in this case, the link should be the like a pass token, right? In the same product, the Dropbox also provide the similar functions to the Google Docs, right? In this case, they can set some the capability of sharing. So the owning or purchase of these links, they can view only, or they can edit the write and delete whatever of the contents. Yeah, so we already familiar with these applications or the some capability of access control. Okay, let's think about these scenarios. So ASU, we have academic integrity policy. So surely we disallow cheating, right? So the homework or some assignment. So you don't have the copy or reuse them without any permissions of owner or the professors. So let's say a CSE class has students do homework on a shared server like Google Docs or Dropbox. And student A forget to read protect the homework. So this is the publicly shared to the students. So student A he forgot to set the protections of the homework files. So unfortunately, still or fortunately, student B can copy that files. In this case, who did something wrong? Any ideas? Who did something wrong? The students or professors or student B? So yeah, student A, yeah, he made a mistake, and student B also has ethical problems. He tried to copy the vulnerable the files for his homework. So how about the professors? Professors also maybe announced some note. Should have the permission setting before the share. like that. People the submitting the homework. That so in in many cases in the academia, so we have to consider in these situations, and we have to prevent some the information leak unintentionally or intentionally. Make sense? Okay, let's check some definitions of terms. Have you ever heard authorizations? So today topic is access control. Okay, so associate terms as associate terms, the authorization. So authorization is related to this question. So what can you do on a system? Um, so the sibling, there's another terms authentications. So what's the difference between them? Authorizations is authentications. Normally, authentications that's the prior process, like a MySU. You should input your name and password first, right? And also they ask the additional our possessions, the dual factor authorizations. So we have to provide some additional text or numbers like that. There is authentications, and then they guide you the landing website MyASU, right? What about me? As a faculties, we also put name and password and two-factor authentications, and then we are landing at the faculty, the my the website. So based on the role, the students and professor, so they have the different the landing page. They have uh, different landing page, right? So authentication is common, same to all users, but the view of the website is different. What does it mean? So they have different role, right? So the university they classify this role first, and then they allow some authorizations to access some specific information. So the faculty professor can access the menu of the grading, but the students you cannot access the grading, right? Like that, the authentication that's an answer to the question. Answer these questions. Who are you? Prove yourself. Who are you? So this is the verifying your identity process. This is the process to verify your identity. Conversely, but authorization. So yeah, what can you do if you are authenticated? What else? So you can buy the movie ticket. So you enter the theater, movie theater, and then where are you? Where are you going? So you have to check your the room number and seat number, right? So room number and seat number, that is the relate to the authorizations. What can you do? You can move that room and take that seat. So authorizations pertains to permissions for resource. In the movie theater case, that is the seat. Okay. This is the example of resource in authorizations. Say the file. The file has the other words we can say like operations or the capabilities. We can read the file, write file, modify or delete file, or uh, like a the uh, owning permissions. So in database case, the query and update, or so that is the pertain that object like a files, database, service, applications. In the case of network, there is the access right to this wireless service or the network service. Hey, so we can think uh, the resource that varies on these various types of object. In case of Android or cell phones, there are a bunch of permission setting. So app permission in this case, this app has permission on SMS, including all these permission. In this case, this is the one the capability, right? Like a calendar capability, camera capability, contact capability. So this app can access to these capabilities. So in more deeper access granularity, so this is the SMS case. The in this capability can be breakdown in this the more fine granularity capability. Okay, campaign, contact deal, Google. Okay, this is the example of firewall. You know the firewall. That's a security solutions to access controls in uh, incoming or outgoing traffics. So the policy number one regarding the TCP protocol, source IP port, and destination IP port, the action deny. Okay. This is the firewall, the policies. So based on this policy set, the firewall enforce the mechanism to block or deny or accept the traffics. So what is the purpose of this access control? So um, we have to manage the authorizations and trust. That is, yeah, the very critical factors to mitigate the some risk, potential risk. So we have to manage both authorizations and trust in that context, right? So the authorizations, that is the process of giving the right to access resource. So this resource can be different based on the object, okay? Files, network, storages, and trust is that establishing and maintaining the confidence. So most of the case, uh, trust can be established based on the identity authentications, right? So can you eliminate risk perfectly? 100%? In cybersecurity, we don't use such a thing, such a word. So we cannot eliminate or remove the risk perfectly, 100%. We can just mitigate, yeah, reduce the risk using some techniques and policies. So that is the aspect that relate to this authorization, trust, and risk. What is difference between these two concepts? Authorization as control. Um, so authorizations is like what can you do, right? Authorizations. How about access control? So authorization is the policy or rules. So you can access these files by 6 p.m. is one policy rule, right? But how can we implement that? That will be implemented with the access control. So access control is a practical approach, the mechanism. So enforce the authorization, the policies. So practical implementations restrict access to resource to users based on the authorization. So yeah, there are many cases we have very strong policies, but in the level of access control that is not matched perfectly. So due to the mismatch between the authorization and access control, a lot of security instance happen. So to design access control model, access control mechanism, so we use the modeling approach. So using some symbols here, subject S, so things in the system can act like a person or user, or in this case, process. An object is a target, the asset or object in the system, like files, memories, CPUs. The most of the resource of the computer can be an object. Okay, and so any files or data, they can be also the object. So the people A can access the object file something like that. Yeah, that's kind of the grammar. And write out. So what we I can call this another word. In other words, like the capability or the operations. So what can the subject do the object? Let's say the file can be read, right? File can be written, file can be executed. So the right, there's permissions or operations for the resource. Okay, so SOR. So we use this symbol and we can make these tables, call it the access matrix model. The vertical, the subject, U and V, that's the subject, and object, FGUV, that's a um, object, target. And the in the cell, we can see the R1, R2, the write 1, write 2, maybe the read and write and delete. Yes, so each, so what is the benefit of this matrix? Yeah, they give us the visualizers of the status, the access control, right? So this is a very basic approach uh, to avoid some complicated or complex confusion of these policies or rules in the access control. There is only just a two subject and four object, but yeah, no, who knows, tremendous subject or objects. So we need we have to handle in some cases. In Linux or Unix model, that's a fundamental access control mechanism. In there, uh, we can learn so the basics of the access control. So we will uh, take a look at this Unix or Linux the access control model. So subject are process here, then P and Q, these are assumptions, files, object, FG, write, this is capability, read, write, execute, append, own. So in normally we don't use I I I didn't see the O right in the Linux. Yeah, well, let's assume this matrix model, matrix tables uh, suggest. So the subject P has the right against the object F, R, W, O, read, write, own, and G against the G has R, write, read, and Q, P, Q, or Q. So, um, so here the PQ, in this case, uh, okay, so P and P. Mm, So I think the PQ is uh, maybe different maybe different symbols. They are not object in this role. So PQ are subject. So object finds object FG, right? So FG only object. So you can see this table has some this is misspelled maybe typo. So what is the benefit? Yeah, again, this control matrix. Yeah, the clear visualizations of the access control list and granular control. So we can uh, the refine or adjust the access control policies based on this. And also, it is helpful to audit and review the current status of access control list. What is the drawback? Scalability. Yeah, let's think about 1 billion members or subscribers list. That's very huge. So we cannot handle, and there is the performance issues arise, right? And complexity in management, performance issues. So X control metrics are very nice, but that's only for the very small scale organization or systems that is the adaptable. In the big or the huge systems, it is inefficient. Okay, how to implement the practical actual access control metrics? Let's think about these steps. Okay, the best easy way, yeah, implement the access controls. We can start with this ACL, so access control list. It is not so different from the previous matrix tables, but they are separate based on subject and object. Okay, here each column of the access matrix is stored with the object. Subject F and G has a list of these two tuple set. P has the its functions, these operations. Q has the options. So it is similar to the like a Google shareable links or Dropbox shareable links. Why? The links gives the right to access that file, right? They don't have any authentications or the checked identity. So that is kind of the tokens to access pass that the access mechanism, access control mechanism. So this the based on the object, and then we can make a list like this. So capability list, conversely, they have list based on the subject. P, Q has this list. The object F against the object F, it has this capability, and the G has this all capability. Q has also same way. You can see. So this ACL, unlikely ACL is they, they based on the object, right? And uh, associate with the resource they are going to protect. Okay, but is capable list um, associated with a permission or a capability directly with the subject. Okay, so we based on these two list, capable list and ACL, we can draw some relation table here. So subject, the access is a capability, right? And object. So we can list each policies. Subject P can read the F. Okay. So based on these tables, we can outline the relationships between the subject and uh, type of access, the right or the capabilities, and objective. So um, it gives us a more uh, easy way to understand all policies in the access control list, access control metrics, right? Okay, let's compare between two approach ACL. So ACL is object-centric approach, right? So object F has this capability. Object G has this capability. That is the ACL, so requires authentication of subject. So ACL, they are based on the prerequisite authentications first, and update are potentially time consuming in this approach. And the second approach, CAP, capability list. Capability list, they are based on the subject, right? So subject-centric approach. It does not require authentication of subject. So Google Docs or Dropbox, the shareable link, they don't request the authentication, right? Only the possession of the link guide us to the shared resource. So because the possession of capability considered proof of authorizations. So that's what I'm saying. Google Docs and Dropbox. Okay, and the capabilities, in other words, the tokens must be unforgettable and unpropagations without permission. So let's say there is a project folder here with three files, file A, B, and C. Okay? This diagram transit to the distinct X control model. This is per object basis. What's that? Object based ACL, right? How about the subject based? This is the CAP, CF, the capable list model. So in terms of granularity, what is the granularity? Here, there's some definitions, the level of details and precision. Uh, so we can allow the students come to this classroom, but we like to only the CSE students come to this classroom. To that, we have set the policy in one more depth. With one more depth, right? First, the AAC students, and then the student should enrolled in CSE department, like that. So the access control, there is a granularity. So our ideal goal is we have to make the fine granularity access control mechanism. But sometimes there will be inefficient overload. So it depends on the goal of the designers. We have to set the level of granularity. So that is a good policies, call it least privilege. What is the least privilege? So in the capability based model, they can provide some more let's see, the secure concept, right? List of privilege recommends provide the minimum level of access necessary to complete a task. So the first, uh, the news article, the Jack Teixeira, uh, yeah, he's just maybe the low level, the rank, the soldier. So, but he has very top, very high uh, security clearance to handle the top secret of Pentagon. Like that, some that is not matched based on the criticality of the information and the role of the soldiers, role of the officers. So to make the a secure access control mechanism, so least privilege must be considered and employed. In the context, the CAP, the capability model, that provides for finer grained least privilege control with respect to subject, especially dynamic short-lived subject, create for specific tasks. Yeah. So how about the Wi-Fi account? So ASU students, yeah, they're open to the ASU Wi-Fi, but how about the visitor in ASU? Should we allow them use the Wi-Fi permanently of ASU? No, right? So there's another Wi-Fi service for the guest. So ASU guest. So ASU guest, the maximum usage, uh, ma- I remember that gonna be just 24 hours, one day. ASU guest service limited one day for the guest. Like that, uh, to design the access control, you should consider these least privilege uh, policies. Okay, and the cap, so subject-oriented model like a guest or temporal maintenance maintainer or uh, guest student like that. So we can based on the student, so role or the missions. Based on that, we can adjust the period of the access controls. So that is the way of the capability model. Okay. Any questions? Okay, let's compare with access review and revocation aspects. So access review, that is the so we have access control policies. How can we investigate it, its integrity or the uh, clearance? So we can uh, use the access control list in terms of that. So ACL better for access review of object and capability also. That model uh, is better for access review of subject. So what is uh, what is the base, okay, aspect, okay. So and how about revocation? What is the revocation? So when you graduate ASU, so ASU should revoke your ASID or mail account. Like that, the process is the process of canceling previously granted permissions. So many of cybersecurity incidents caused by this uh, ignorance of these revocations. So many employees left the companies. They can access that company's resource easily because the revocation process not performed in the company. So in terms of revocation, ACL better for uh, that based on the object and capable models. Yes, this is also the subject based. That's the better. So let's discuss how it's subject. Here the labeled as P. P can grant Q read access to file F. Um, so this figure should be shown uh, one by one, but they are shown at one time. So P has a capability against this object P and Q, P and F and G, right? Are W, O, and R. So the P has the uh, capability like that against the F as append, right? Add the authorization, add capability, that is the A, and read and own. Okay, so because P has the own capability of F, so P delegate the propagate this right, own right to, oh sorry, yeah, to F, the read, uh, the read access, uh, this F, because F has the A capability append. That means so it can accept the additional right. So the P send this propagate this R access to F. So in this step, Q has A and R for object F. Eventually, the Q can separate the R against the F. Okay. So this is the example of granting access from P to Q against the objective file F, object of F. Okay, let us see the use cases for each model. ACL's X control list use case like traditional file system in Linux. So most of the OS use this ACL based. So they must uh, pass the authentication process first, and then they can access the systems like Linux, Windows, macOS. Right? We after authentication we can access the resource and web database, web servers, enterprise applications. They can uh, be designed with this SCL. How about the capability use cases? So display system, IoT device, and user management sharing. So yeah, Dropbox and Google Docs, uh, they provide this feature, this capability to users, right? So we can create it, the shareable link, and send them. So the receivers they can access the object without any authentications, right? So this link, the same, that is the kind of the token. Okay, in the Linux X control list, there are 12 permissions bits for each file. They are logically grouped, not physically grouped. Logically grouped into four sets. The first one per uh, yeah, first 3 bits. So that's an octal digit. So we can there's 3 bit, right? In this case, the all set. Let's say. So what is the decimal? There's a 4, 2, 1, right? So 7, 7, 7, and 7. So the first 3 bits, that is the this means the send ID, and the set GID and sticky bit. The send your ID that allows the user execute the files with the user's privilege. About the set GID, the user can run these files with the group privilege. And sticky bit, when the file is set, the sticky bit, nobody can delete that file or directory except the only owner. That is a sticky bit. And next 3 bit, this is one, that is the owner for, that is the set for first, second 3 bit for owners, and then groups. Last one is all. In the Linux, actually they use the users, groups, others. So UGO, the initial, are used for setting the authority, setting the permission. So read, write, execute. This is the example of RWX, R dash X, R dash dash. Okay. In this case, this first 3, these 3 bits for user, right? And these 3 bits for group, and last 3 bits for others, everyone. The first bits, so I think, what is the first bit? The first place, maybe. Yeah, first place indicate file or directory, maybe. So how to set permission? Send your ID. Okay, the commands is a chmod 4755. That means 4 means 100, right? And 7 111 5 101 5 101. So uh, the first bit set, that means send your ID, right? And all set in the second place, that means RWX, read, write, execute by the user. And second digit 5 101, right? So I'll read and execute. So the group users can read and execute for this file. And last digit for others, the same 101, that means R and X, read and execute the files to everyone's. So we can set like this in a numeric mode. How about the symbolic mode using the letter alphabet? So U means user place, add the S, the sender ID file name this way, and set ID. So 2 means 0, 1, 0, right? 0, 1, 0. 0, 0, 1, 0. So second bit is set, that means the group ID. Okay. And another way in symbolic mode, plus S, add the secure, add a set new ID in group place. Sticky bit, so plus T or 1. So, okay, let's see the demo. Okay. Okay, you can see the FS module in the Dojo. and I will use the level 5 practice mode, and I will use the my terminal. Can you see? Color is not good on the screen, right? Okay, let's. Oh, oh, this is not the. This is the WSL in Windows. Um, okay, let's connect terminal. So with that, okay, connected. So okay, let's check some permissions in the Linux files here. I will check our challenge long files, ls, AL options, and challenge, and run. So can you interpret this means? Second group RW S. So not X, S. That means it's the set new ID, right? So user can run these files. So when you run challenge, yeah, they show us the question like that we can access because the user part, user place has the S, the secure bit S, senior ID, and second place are X means read only and execute only. Second one is R, third one to others. Okay, this way we can see the secure setting, senior ID setting. How about the Linux? So we can see another senior ID example like password. So when do you use password command? If you like to change your password, so you have to use this command password. So password has the root. Here you can see the root user, right? And the root groups, but I can use the password, right? That means this file password is root owned file and root group file, but the user, the other one, right? Uh, this is the user group, right? So we can run these files with the root privilege. So that's the purpose of the senior ID. Okay. I'm stuck. Okay. But our dojo, they do not have. Let's see. Has and is yeah, they don't have because this shell, this the Unix Linux shell is based on the Docker container, so the very simple setting. Okay. And let's practice some. How about let's try to cat's plex. Yeah, permission denied. Why? You see the plex. Yes, so the root, user root, only read, right? And other permissions all zero, not set. So nobody can read, execute, except only root and root groups. But root groups also has no any uh, capability, right? Okay, and okay, I will move. I moved the AC directory for the demo. Let's see what kinds of oh, files and directory are there. So the one dot is current directory, two dot is parent directory, right? And there's three files, CSE365 and foo and text.txt. Okay. How to make a file easily? You can type cat and dash the standard input directly to, let's say, um, today is March 28th. Okay. And I can type this is the test and control D and again cat 03. Yeah, in this way you can make a simple text file. See the LSAL again. Okay, there's a four um, files. How can we change the permissions? Let's set the secure the send ID and ch ID first. How can we do that? The ch mode or ch mode. So we can. I prefer to use the symbolic mode, like a user root plus s, right? And file name I used. So, yeah. But as you can see, there's a large s. Okay. Normally, secure SNU ID is a small s. Anyone knows what is this? Why they show the small, large s here, big s? Because uh, this file doesn't have any uh, execution executable permission. I mean, like these files, yeah, it has only a read write permission, right? But we add the send ID, the executable uh, with a user privilege. So actually, the this file, the zero we made, we create this file doesn't have any executable permission, right? So the large S means unmatched permissions. How can we fix that? We give some permission first, change mode. 7, that is the all set read write X, right? 777 0. Let's check the permission. Yeah, it has the right executable permission now. So let's try again. Plus U and send your ID. Okay. So now we can see the small s, right? Okay. I like try to set ID change mode. group mode plus S and file we made. And again, check. Yes, it has the another S. The last one, how can we add the sticky bit of these files? Chmod. So what is that? What was that? Plus T, right? Sticky bit. But you don't remember. Yeah, just the plus T. Okay, no G or U, just the T. Plus T. Two. Yes. Um. Oh, sorry. Not seven. Yes. See the T. Okay. So what happens if I change CH mode 000? What happened? Yeah, there's no permissions. Can I access these files? Try cat permission denied, right? Because the user sections there's no any permissions. So we need to change CH mode. Again 777. Okay, the cat. Yeah. These typos. Okay, this is the basic simple usage of CSH mode, right? So we can also set multiple permission like that. Set. Let's change all zero, right? And we can set the CH mode user plus read write, comma G plus read only, others read only. Okay, and again like that we can set multiple permission for each sections concurrently like that. Okay. So if you have some sensitive informations, you can rock the files like this way. chmod 000, the target file. So in the level, okay, let's see the dojo, what they are asking. A flag owned by you with different permission. And second one, the flag owned by you with different permission. Flag owned by you different permission. So you need to check the permission of the flags, the flag files, and uh, you need to change that the permission of the file, the flag, uh, that allows you access that flag file. And that's a very straightforward questions. How does HGID work? So I showed the demo. You can practice that, and it's a very easy challenge. In the level 5, how does NUID and the CP work. Probably the flag file uh, should set the set UID first, and then try to copy the flag files to another one to access that. How can you do that? So in the challenges, they there's a hint too, so right. So you have to check the main page for copy. Any options in there that might help. So look into how copy CP commands will deal with different permission. So yeah, to try to find by main CP. And how about the keyword permission maybe? No. Or attribute. Yeah, there's some attribute. Okay, so there are some options to preserve the attribute of the file. The attribute gonna be the permissions of the file. So you need to check uh, how to preserve or remove the attribute of the file to copy. Okay, that is the hint for the level 5. And in level 6, flag owned by different group. So you have to take care the group sections of the files. Okay, and you need to set you are one of the group, member of the group. Okay, in level 7, the flag owned by you, different permissions, multiple users. Okay, owned by other users. It's flag owned by other users. Yeah. So most of the challenges relate to the CH mode permission, CH mode commands, and also uh, the analyzing, the interpreting the meaning of the permission area in the Linux. Okay. Do you have any questions? You can access these free class materials. Okay. If you don't have any questions, so that's all for today, and see you on Tuesday, next Tuesday.